As the Valorant Grand Finals weekend comes to a close, here are my thoughts on all 3 of the days. Day 1, I'm going to be honest, off to a bit of a heartbreak for both of the teams I was supporting on that day, Fnatic and PaperX, taking both 2-0 losses to the opposing teams. For Fnatic, it was NRG, who just completely dominated us, and especially Brock with the otherworldly use of the Odin, something that it kind of made me think, why hasn't the Odin been used in this way before? To be honest, it was very, very impressive. But yeah, we just didn't know how to handle it, and don't even talk to me about Abyss. I don't even want to go there, but we took a 2-0 loss. It was a sad time for Fnatic to go down into the lower bracket after having such a good run in the upper bracket, but it did mean I got bang for my buck because I got to see them 3 days in a row after the day's next event. PaperX versus DRX. Now, DRX for some reason was a bit of an underdog in this leg of the Champions Tour. I don't know why they were really performing well. It's like NRG being an underdog too, but at the end of the day, PaperX didn't show up. It was a bit all over the place. They were not on their A game. Individually, they're all great. I feel like maybe they just lack direction and lack one individual to be calling the shots, because I feel like it could just get messy for them, having no definitive IGL. However, either way, they got 2-0'd as well. Sad times. Even with Jing's efforts on that 1v3 clutch on Lotus, it was insane.
But only finds a smattering of damage. Mako down to 18. Jing now having to do it all to keep PaperX here at Champions. The tap of the defuse. The smoke cycled back, and he's just holding it. It's already up to half. He finds one. Showstopper. Low. And Jing gets them both. A much needed, necessary Red Bull.
I don't even know. Witnessing that in person was just crazy. The stadium went wild. But yeah, look, to no avail. PaperX got dropped out of the tournament there. And then moving on to day 2, where we got to see Fnatic for the second time take on DRX. And we put on a good performance. A pretty dominant performance at that as well. I think it was DRX who got the first map, and then Fnatic got every map thereafter, or was it 1-1? And I can't quite remember. However, we just kind of dominated them, and once the ball started rolling, we snowballed it all the way till 3 maps, bringing us into the final to get revenge against NRG. Now, when I tell you that day 3, the grand finals of VCT Paris, was the most stressful match I've ever had to watch by the boys, it just was, okay? We were 2 maps down to NRG in the grand finals, where it was completely one-sided, it felt. We put up a fight, but they just beat us twice, back to back on them first 2 maps. And then Abyss came round. We were 11-1 down, and the Fnatic boys did it to us again.
Fnatic hopefully be able to get themselves back into this game.
Oh. You boys! Boys, okay, just for you boys, I will send up this. You see?
Chronicle's got ult here.
He certainly does.
And he's here very early on. He's going to send it!
This could be it. This could be hard to find. Denied on the first attempt. Crashes again! I said it last time, but this time he is burying him in that jersey. A 1v3 required would be a miracle. It's looking like OT is here! Crashes above and beyond! Standing tall for Fnatic to take us to OT!
But Fnatic, to be able to do the unthinkable time and time again.
They had us on the edge of our seats, and we brought it back to win in overtime, 15-13, I believe. I mean, look, the crowd was crazy. If any kind of sound of NRG fans came up, Fnatic just took over. Being in Paris, of course, they're going to have that bias, but to see it in person, it was incredible. to pause on the game front of things, the live performance, the ceremony was out of this world. The stage performance, everything about it, the lasers, the fire, 4 acts? 3 songs. 4 different artists, because one of them is a collaboration at the end. Look, it was incredible. Very, very, very nice way to start off the grand finals. And then we got our bang for our buck with the 5 maps. I have nothing else to say other than I had a headache for the rest of the day with how stressful it was. Map 3 being Abyss, coming back 11-1, winning 15-13. And then map 4, Corrode? No, we lost on Corrode. Ascent. A bit of a struggle, but at the end of the day, we won. And then the last map being Sunset. It was a heartbreak. Sunset's not a great map for us, but us having the disadvantage of no 2 maps. But hey, look. As a Fnatic fan, it's sad to see. It was sad to see Boaster's reaction as well, of course. But NRG deserved it. They did very, very well. Brock getting the MVP, I thought, was the right choice as well. It was either him or Mata, but Brock got it and deserved it because he kind of just created a new meta for the Odin users and abusers. He is great at rethinking that. I mean, it really baffles me how no one's ever thought to use it in such an efficient and effective way before, but to see it done in such a disgusting way, it was quite interesting. Overall, the weekend was amazing here in Paris. Fun weekend. The Accor Arena, big and beautiful. All the fans that I met there, all the cosplayers, and I even got a picture with Doug. That's pretty cool. He had some great words of wisdom as well for me, which was very nice. But look, everyone was an absolute pleasure. I'm glad I got to do this with my lovely fiance and my friend Toby, who's sitting down over there. But big shout out to them. A whole lot of fun. It was kind of motivating to speak to Doug and to really see what the potential for me could be going forward with whatever I want to do. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this little insight on the weekend. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments. I feel like I might have said a lot, but nothing at all. Either way, I hope you thought my insight was somewhat entertaining or informative. I will probably do an even more in-depth breakdown going down through the gameplay and stuff and actual matches itself later on when I get back home. But for now, that is it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.